Good afternoon, and welcome to Friday on Bad Dog Comedy TV, live on YouTube, and Stories with B. Now please welcome your host, B. Bertrand.
Hi friends! I hope you're having a nice day today. I'm trying not to act like it, but I just had a premature sip of my cup of tea here, and it is very hot, and it is filled with a lot of things that I know are good for me. But it's not great, but I hope that you have a very special drink with you, and I hope you're having a great day. It's another Friday, which means the end of a possible school week. I hope our teachers and friends and our kids and everybody that's going back to school, I hope you feel safe, and I hope that you're good and that you had a nice week. This is hopefully a lovely end to your week, because every week on Fridays we have Stories with B, which has become this really lovely, wholesome talk show that I've been allowed to do, and I'm really excited about. It started at the beginning of quarantine, where I was trying to figure out something nice to give people comfort and to be fun and silly. And since I've always kept all the books that I had growing up, I would read a story a night, and it just kind of turned into this really lovely thing. And now I get to spend Fridays at 4:30 with you, and each week I have a special friend, and I'm very excited this week because my special friend is somebody who I love so much. She has become at first my comedy sister, and now we're just the most lovely friends, and we do a whole bunch of projects together, and she has a long list of accomplishments. She's a comedian and a writer, and she owns her own production company, and I'm very, very excited to have her on. So please welcome Alice Rose.
B, hi.
Hi, friend.
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
doing this.
Thanks
Good,
for
how are
having
you?
me.
I feel like I should turn down my volume because I'm doing that little echoey thing. But I really appreciate you doing this. And I'd like to start off the show the way that I do. I tell everybody that I hope they're safe and warm and cozy, and that they have all their special things. And Alice, I hope you have your special drink.
I do. I have my special drink.
Cheers,
I'm having
friend.
Cheers. I'm drinking a pomegranate goji tea. It's super nice and yummy.
Ooh, that sounds nice. I made tea too, and it's full of nettle leaves and a lot of very earthy things. And I know that it's good for me, so I'm getting it. I'm getting it in.
Getting it in. I love that. I've been this summer I've been spending a lot of time in High Park and in the wilderness and learning about edible plants and wild vegetation and things, and nettle leaves. Nettles are always something that keep coming up as something to try, and that's so cool.
That's really cute that you're doing that.
Yeah. I'm so bored, so why not learn to explore the wilderness? Yeah.
You've been crushing it over quarantine. You've been like really productive and proactive, which is really lovely, because I have been quite the opposite.
I've had my ups and downs, and most of it is a coping mechanism. If I'm busy, I'm not thinking about how desolate everything is. So yeah. I'm also just great to finally have the time to do all of these fun projects and connect with people through virtual means and things like that. So I'm really glad. Yeah, but I'm not really crushing it. Just below the surface is a sad, desperate woman just begging for someone to notice her.
Well, I've missed you, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm really happy you're here today. When you were young, did you have like a relationship with storybooks?
I did. My mom hated reading. She was literate, but she just hated the act of reading. But I picked up reading at a really young age. So at like 4 or 5 years old, I was reading fluently. Being a really shy, sort of comfy in my shell kind of kid, I spent a lot of time reading and just exploring all of these fun adventures and books. And it was a really special time to just be cozy and read and get to just explore all of these amazing stories that were in books, and I loved it.
What kind of stories did you like?
When I was a kid, I was addicted to the Goosebumps series. R.L. Stine's Goosebumps. I had
Yeah.
every one of them. I spent all of my allowance on them. And I had the whole collection, and it was like all displayed in order on a bookshelf. I loved those scary stories. I loved Stephen King when I was a kid. I also loved really cool adventure stories, like anything that had like pirates or being stranded on a desert island or getting lost in the woods or something like that. Like I loved Treasure Island. I loved Robert Louis Stevenson, Swiss Family Robinson, all of those things. I was amazed by those big adventure survival stories.
That's fun. I loved all those too, and I loved Goosebumps. And remember Christopher Pike? He was like the older. It was like Fear Street was like the older version,
Oh,
like
yes.
the teenage, and it was like a little bit darker. I like those too.
Yeah, those were really good too. I remember reading a few Fear Street novels, but I lost attention and went on to other things, I think. But those were really good. Yeah.
I picked up the other day. I went to Value Village and I got some books, and I can't think of what it's called now. What's that really popular book of scary stories that they just made it last year into a movie?
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yeah, I picked up that book and I was like, this will be fun to read. And I was going through it and it's like really creepy.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's dark, but I don't know. When I was a kid, I remember loving it. I guess I was a little weirdo, and I still am.
I loved spooky. I still do. Anything spooky or scary, or and when I was a kid, I was obsessed with like, I'm going to go out and find Bigfoot. I'm gonna find aliens. Like I just believed in all of those. Well, I still believe aliens exist, but like I believed in Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster, and I remember doing school projects on them and things like that. I was such a little weirdo. Yeah.
I think we all were. The weirdos are the most interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
even
in
now,
all that too.
One of my favorite TV shows is Gravity Falls.
What's that?
It's an animated series, and it's about a brother and sister who go to live with their great uncle for the summer, and he lives in this place called Gravity Falls, and they find this book of like mysterious things. Ooh. And then they research monsters and things like that, and it's so funny.
I'm so into that.
Yeah, it's so good. Kristen Shaw plays the sister, and
oh no, did you freeze? Uh-oh. Well, we wait for Alice to come back. Maybe I should talk a little bit about the story I'm going to read to you today. When I was young, I think she's back. Hey, bud.
Hey, I hope this works. I'm so sorry. I wonder what's happening.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I'm back.
Hey, bud. I'll check out that show. That sounds great. And I have been going in between like working and like just trying to like clean everything and just kind of have whatever sort of order I can to just kind of watching a lot of Netflix. But that show sounds great.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. I don't watch a lot of television at all, but that's a show that I do watch quite a bit of. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book, either then or now?
Then and Now, Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh yeah, that one was classic.
Still remains one of my favorite books, and I love the whole world of Maurice Sendak, from his standalone illustrations and his comic work and everything. He's just so astounding, and especially in Where the Wild Things Are, it captures this sort of angst and misunderstanding that we all feel as kids, where like the main character Max is lashing out, and at his mother for reasons that like parents see are just kids being rotten, but this child is like actually feeling all of these strong emotions and having these strong reactions. Like I feel like he understood the mind of a child and that sort of existential struggle of a child that I recognized really early on. And that was one book that was like, somebody knows that I feel things. And I don't know, it was a really special book, and the illustrations are amazing, and I have a first edition copy of it, and I treasure it so much.
Oh,
So
that's really
much.
lovely and thoughtful. I want to watch that movie again. I'd like to get my hands on that book too. That's a
Oh, the
great one to read.
movie was so well done. Yeah, Spike Jones directed it, and all
Okay.
of the yeah, it was a great movie too. All of the soundtrack was written by Karen O from the AAS, but it's like really folky acoustic, really really cute music.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And so atmospheric, like everything is sunrise, sunset, and it's oh, I'm gonna watch it too. We should watch it together. We should have a little stream party and watch it together.
Oh, okay. We're going to do that.
Yeah, we are.
I knew this was going to happen when I had you on, and I knew that we always have so much to talk about. But before we go, and I want you to promote everything and tell everyone where people can watch you, I wanted to just ask you if you had what you're kind of into now, reading wise, how it's kind of
Oh
changed
my
or maybe
God.
stayed the same.
I'm so pretentious. I read a lot. I read a lot of like French existentialism. I think that's fascinating. So like Sartre and Camus, like I've reread The Stranger a million times, and I'm fascinated with Kafka. Like actually, a lot of my joke writing structures come from Kafka. Like the whole idea of the metamorphosis and this like over the top bureaucracy and things, like the structures of those stories are so rich for joke writing. And right now I'm reading Gabriel Garcia Marquez's Chronicles of a Death Foretold, which is a really, really cool book set in a Caribbean island about a murder, and then every person in the village on this island has a different story or a different perspective of the events of that murder.
That sounds
And
so interesting.
it's super interesting. Yeah. So that's what I'm
Cool.
into now. Yeah.
That it sounds like it's changed, but maybe not that much. Your taste from when you were young.
Right. It's changed. Maybe it's just become more super pretentious and
More fancy.
it's more fancy, but I still love, a lot more of those psychological adventures and those explorations, like philosophical explorations, because you can go so many places in your mind when you start thinking philosophically, and when you start joining in on those big conversations that traditional philosophers have had, and I love that.
Very cool. You're a fancy lady, Allison. I love you very much.
I try.
Where can we follow you, and what can we see you in next, aside from something we're doing in the next week?
Yes.
Next week.
I'm having next week. It's coming up so quickly. I'm having a great time right now. I'm doing so many things. So you can find me at Alice Rose Laughs all over the place. But be sure to follow Comic Sans Productions. So at Comic Sans Prod, that's my production company, and that's where we post information about everything exciting that we're doing. I'm currently packing right now to go to North Bay, and I'm celebrating North Bay Pride, which I'm so happy for. I get to open for Colin Mockery, and it's actually a virtual event. So anyone who wants to tune in, you can find their Facebook page for North Bay Pride, and all of the events are there, and you can watch from home, and it's going to be super cool. And we get to celebrate Pride a little bit because we didn't get to do that here.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I'm so just delighted, and I feel like it was all a happy accident that I was invited to do this. So, yeah.
I'm very excited
And
to
then,
watch you.
Next week, our Comic Sans virtual showcase is September 23rd, and then September 29th, we're back in Comedy Bar for Gender Outlaws. So, B, you and I produce this wonderful show, and we're back. We're doing it again, and I'm so happy for that.
I'm so happy for that too. We have such a great lineup, and it's going to be
Oh.
strange and lovely, and I'm very, very excited for it.
Yes, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
I have a lot of, for everyone watching, our show is so fun and so lovely, and I always come up with really wild, ridiculous, silly ideas, and Alice lets me do all of them. So you should definitely come out to Comedy Bar at 8 o'clock on September 29th.
September 29th at Comedy Bar. Yes. And it's all safe and social distanced and everything like that. There's no reason to be concerned. We're taking all the precautions. Yeah. But that's everything that I have going on.
That's a lot, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm really excited to follow you. And I am going to read a story now, and so I would like to give you a very special goodbye and thank you. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a lovely day today, Alice. And whatever type of day you have, I hope that you know that you did your best, and your best is more than good enough. And I'm so proud of you, and I appreciate you so much, and I love you, and I'm just so excited to see you just crush everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. I'm very proud of you too, and I can't wait to hear the story, and it's going to be a lovely day because I got to talk with one of my good friends.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. Talk to you soon. Well, friends, I'm going to read to you one of my favorite books in the whole world. I have this book that I've held on to forever, and I love it because my mom used to read it to me before bed a lot, and it's just this beautiful book. I wish that I had better lighting here so you could see how beautiful all the illustrations are, and it's a really cute book about a little boy, and it is called Quick as a Cricket, and it's just a sweet little story, and the pictures are really, really pretty. So buckle up, friends. Let's get into Quick as a Cricket. Can you see? This book is very large. Okay, here we go. I'm as quick as a cricket. I'm as slow as a snail. I'm as small as an ant. Hope you can see the pictures okay. I know my lighting isn't the best. I'm as large as a whale. I'm as sad as a basset. I'm as happy as a lark. I'm as nice as a bunny. Pretty cute. I'm as mean as a shark. I'm as cold as a toad. I'm as hot as a fox. I'm as weak as a kitten. Look at all those cute little kittens. I'm as strong as an ox. I'm as loud as a lion. I'm as quiet as a clam. I always really like that lion picture. I'm as tough as a rhino. I'm as gentle as a lamb. I'm as brave as a tiger. See that tiger? Pretty brave. I'm as shy as a shrimp. I'm as tame as a poodle. Pretty fancy little poodle. I'm as wild as a chimp. I'm as lazy as a lizard. I'm as busy as a bee. I always thought, and you know what, I still do, and one day I'm going to do it. I wanted to get a tattoo of one of these bees because I love this picture so much. Put it all together, and you've got me. Hope you like that story. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. I hope that you had a nice day today. And I hope whatever type of day you end up having, because I know everything is so wild and sometimes you can get stressed out and everything, but you did your best, and your best is more than good enough. And I'm really proud of you. I hope you had a great week and that you have a great weekend and that you can relax and have a lot of fun. I appreciate you, and I'm very proud of you. And if you can, please donate below. There's going to be a link. And everybody at Bad Dog works so hard and tries to put together all the most lovely shows with really great, important content. And it's just a great channel, and it's a great channel. Sorry, it's a great channel, and it's just a great place where they put so much thought into all the shows that they have, and there's 2 shows a day, and everyone just works really hard. So if you're able to, and you can please donate below, that would be really lovely. There's a lot of people behind everything. Thank you so much to Sean, our tech, who is so lovely, and thank you to Bad Dog. Thanks for hanging out with me, and please tune in next week at 4:30 again, and I can read you another book, and we can talk about your week. Thank you very much, friends. Have a great day.